Now you see my face. Well, let's do a recap of the things we have done in our Middle East feast. Here I have the pickles, pickled turnip, and chilies, hummus, tahini, garlic sauce, tabbouleh, chicken with shish tawak marinade, falafel, rice, kafta, some vegetables, some pomegranates, dates, and pita. Guys, this is just a small portion, small representation of the Middle East cuisine. These are just some of the things that really reminded me of home when I was living in Qatar in Middle East. But yeah, so Middle East cuisine actually consists of obviously the Arabs, the Israelis, Assyrians, Azerbaijani, Cypriot, Turkish cuisines, Georgian too, I believe. And so it's a whole lot of countries, really. But yes, these are just some of my favorites. And as you can tell, and with most cuisines, it's usually the geography and the location of the area that contributes to its identity and influence for the rest of the world. So for example, the Middle East actually consists of the Fertile Crescent, and that's really where the first settled farming started. Fermentation also started within that cuisine for making beer and even something like this, so for the pickled vegetables. Also, as you can tell, the area is actually a crossroads between Asia, Europe, and South Africa. So it is a hub of food and recipe sharing. And really, guys, as I would describe Middle Eastern food as very rustic, very healthy even, and whole. And I would say even homey. And that's because much like the Filipino cuisine, we eat with our hands. And I know that in Arab culture, or at least in the area that I lived in, they use their right hand to eat food, mainly the thumb and two fingers. And they usually use the pita to dip in or scoop items with, and yeah, just these three fingers. They don't usually use the left hand, and you probably know why, except when, you know, holding a drink or something. But yes, guys, I can't wait. I actually have prepared for this. I worked out, so so yeah, I think I'm gonna chow down. So for me, Qatar, first of all, is a place of discovery, because I think living there in Middle East opened my eyes, opened my taste buds, really, to know that there are other places other than Philippines, and that there are other cultures, and there are other way of living and understanding and perspective about the world. So what I also appreciated are the buildings and the designs, the arabesque designs and the mosaic designs. So that's new to me. Obviously the language is new to me, but English is the country's second language, so it wasn't that hard to communicate. But you know, as with most things that are new and shiny, they eventually fade away. You know, the excitement, the novelty fade away. And soon I had to learn to adjust. Yeah, I needed to learn to adjust, mainly because of the different culture. But then also, that was around the time that I was growing up. I was in high school, so there is that culture shock, a little bit of culture shock, and peer pressure, not just, you know, with my classmates, but with society, with my family, and even with myself. So I mean, culturally, I was learning more about the Islam faith, right? And how they respect the woman, and how they have special arrangements for women. So it's different for me. And then also the way they dress was different for me. I did not understand why they have to wear such clothing. I just felt that it was restrictive. I mean, I was conservative to begin with, so it wasn't that big of a deal for me anyway. But yes, it was a time of adjustment, a time of learning, a time of changing perspective. Just things that you don't know. And also, I was around the time both of my parents were working that time before, so, and then my sisters were still too young, so I had to learn how to cook. Cook on my own and then try different things. So sometimes too, I just experiment, make big batches, and I end up going to the trash just because it didn't taste good. So that's one family pressure, you know, trying to practice being more domesticated. and oh, I'm actually excited with this chicken. Yes, it's cooked, you guys. It is cooked. It was very yummy. I love spicy food, by the way, you guys. This is nothing to me. This is like candy. My level is probably now Carolina Reaper. I want to try Pepper X. Going back to the adjustments, I'll probably go to, I guess, the community adjustment. So actually, even it's related to personal. So before Philippines, I was actually very shy. I think even an introverted person. So so I never really hang out and never really go out with friends. Mostly with just cousins, you know. I'm back at school. I don't really participate in any extracurricular activities. So, if anything, I was just thankful with the pressure I was receiving from my classmates and church mates at that time. They were always bugging me, asking me to join all these youth activities and even join the dance. I remember when I was a kid, I was back in the Philippines. Every time we have Christmas gatherings, I was always at the corner, and everyone, even all my cousins, are dancing with my grandpa. And they were laughing at me because they said I have 2 left feet. And I think with the community, with the passion that these ates and kuyas, older brothers and sisters I call them, and even aunties and mentors there, they're very passionate about having me involved and having me break my shell, having me discover my talents and capabilities and incapabilities, you know. So if anything, I was thankful for that pressure. I was thankful for that encouragement that I received from there, because I was able to calibrate myself and understand who I was, if anything. You know, I had my first relationship when I was there. So that was different. I was learning at that time. I didn't even know what to do. And my mom was very conservative too. She doesn't even know. And I didn't know how to tell it to my parents. Wait, so I didn't get bullied in that Filipino school or anything. I guess there was a time when I was pressured to go with a group, maybe peer pressure, call it, because there was one time I was oh, actually 2 times. So I first cheated when I was in high school. I think it was in a history exam, and I remember we had to memorize dates, and I wrote all like the dates here on my arm, or I think under my skirt. I can't remember. I ended up not using the cheat sheet, so that's one thing. Second was I was school president at that time, and I allowed something to happen which led us to go to the principal's office right before graduation. So that's one thing. Sorry guys, I don't know if you're still watching and remember those things. So yeah, definitely it was peer pressure to fit in, or even to please people, or even just for my own sake, right? With that cheating part. Yeah, so now going to grade 11 and 12, I remember well, it was the first international school I got in. Most of the students are from Arab background, right? Now that is different. Now I had to actually learn how to make friends, or struggle a bit, not struggle, adjust a bit more to be able to fit in. Because for sure, yeah, they speak English, but other than that, sometimes they speak their own language, right? Their own cliques. And then also it's just a different culture and background. I wasn't sure how to react. I wasn't sure how to belong, so to speak. But no, don't get me wrong, they're actually nice. And they probably don't understand me either, so we're kind of like blind to each other. And we were all young, so what do we know, right? What do you know about acting mature at that time? So anyway, I know there was one time when I was trying to make friends. So I was trying to not please, but like trying to fit in and just talk with these girls. And I remember one of the girls told me to shout basically a bad word, which translates to slut in English, to one of the teachers they hate. And I know they hate that teacher, so I know it's kind of like a bad thing to say, so I didn't do it. Imagine if I actually said that S word. And it's also one of the first few times I had a crush on, and I realized, this is when I realized I actually have anyway, unlike guys with lots of hair. Let's take a break and rate my food. I've been trying bits and pieces. So the pickles are really good. I wish I made it more vinegary. The chilies are okay. I wish I'd use a spicier one. The recipe says to let them sit for 5 days. I think they've only been sitting in the pickle juice for 3 days. Hummus is really good. It's very creamy. I don't know if you can tell, but it's no. It's very creamy actually, guys. All those peeling of the skin is worth it. Very much worth it. Oops. Well, I guess pitas can be tissues too. Anyway, don't even ask about these tahini. I over toasted the seeds. It actually tastes bitter. I guess if I mix it with everything, it'll be better. Actually, I might even try it again, actually. Yeah, guys, not everything that I do is perfect. I'll never be perfect. Ooh, the garlic paste is really good too. I didn't realize that it's actually just from emulsion that I thought it got to this texture. Remember, just from those garlic cloves, and now we have these paste. Like, I don't know if it shows. No. Anyway, tabbouleh. Now this is my favorite. I've done this so many times with so many variations. It's to me, it's the perfect salad. You have your burgle, onions, mint, cilantro, no cilantro, parsley, and lemon. A mix of a lot of goodness. Oh, I used my left hand, sorry. I was supposed to be the right. My kafta. I like it, guys. I like the addition of the nuts. It gave a different texture. No, not the tahini. Oh, I like the chicken too. I really love it. I just wish that I have a spicier hot sauce, a hotter hot sauce. And, well, I didn't make the pita bread. Oh, the falafel. I wish I had a better food processor, guys. I think that would be better, because right now it's really crumbly and very seedy. It could be grounded up better. Other than that, the taste is really good. Well, everything with the garlic sauce tastes really good. It was also a place of blossoming for me, because I guess it's related to adjustment and growth. That's really where I started to learn who I was, what I wanted to be, where I wanted to be, and it's somehow related to career, right? I knew when I was younger back in the Philippines, I wanted to be a theater actress. And every time after watching soap operas, I would go in front of the mirror or talk to my pillow and just act out, cry out, and and be an actress pretty much. But while I was in Qatar, I realized that especially when I was in grade 11, I like understanding things, and I like working with my hands. I think my favorite show at that time was How It's Made. So I've always like tinkering with things. I knew at that time, well, both of my parents were engineers, and so I knew at that time there was that push to do engineering, and also especially because Qatar is an oil country, and oil people there earn a lot, so that was one of the driving factors, but not really, because I didn't want to be in an oil field. I don't think I'm an office person or a lab person. I'm more like where the action is person. And anyway, so I even thought of becoming an interior designer there, and my mom said, no, I want you to have I think with most Asian parents, my mom wants me to have a title in my name. So she said, okay, go take architecture. Anyway, going back to the grade 11 stuff. So yes, I got amazed as to how small things became shampoos, for example, or like machines, and how they have been distributed around the world or manufactured in big scale. So to me, that was very fascinating at that time. So okay, said, okay, yeah, I'll apply. I don't know what else. At that time too, I really discovered that I enjoyed dancing. So I was learning a lot from my mentors and my youth friends, and yeah, it brought me a sense of purpose and of joy, and and just a sense of confidence, so to speak. Anyway, you probably have seen this hack or this trick about making your wraps. So cut about a half, or slice about a half of the length of the wrap. And then we're basically, okay, let's use this one. So you're basically gonna put 3 portions, or 3 spaces. You're gonna put 3 fillings on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 sides of the pita. So let's start with garlic bread. Oh, garlic paste. I've seen this floating in interwebs, guys. I just want to show and I just want to try it out. That's one. And let's do this. Let's do falafel. And let's do parsley. And let's do hummus on this side. And maybe I'll put a little bit of chicken. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. That's a little bit of my history and stuff that I have experienced in Qatar, and why I cherish it and why I love to call it home. I'm pretty sure I'm not alone here. Most of you have lived in different places, and it's not bad to look back. It's wonderful to look back, to think of the good memories and learn from the bad experiences, and even remember the good food that you've had in your different homes. So thank you guys for tuning in with my very messy mukbang. Anyway, so I think now here I have like 4 different spots with 4 different filling. What I'll do is fold it once, fold it twice, fold it the 3rd time actually. But you get the idea. You get it's not pretty. You basically got a wrap, a triangular wrap. Now I have to eat it. So my camera died, and I did not finish the food. I have to say though, that for someone who loves to talk and eat like me, I find that mukbangs are actually hard. I realize that it takes some composure, confidence, and skill to do this, or even finish a whole plate, you know? But yeah, I realized that you need the capacity to finish the food, have the confidence and skill to just talk and talk and talk and talk about a topic, and be entertaining, obviously, about it. Is actually, it takes an effort. I guess with most skill, or with most things, it needs an effort and I guess time and practice to be really good at it. And for a first timer like me, would I do it again? Maybe, but with friends. But yes, I'm actually quite amazed. So kudos to those people who excelled and made a living out of it. I'm not saying this to condone the eating disorders or psychological issues attached with mukbang, but I'm just saying that this effort somehow needs to be acknowledged. The skill and the confidence somehow needs to be acknowledged, right? But yes, it's been a good day. I am so full. I'm getting quite sleepy, so I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.